Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly update video. And, per usual, got a bunch of stuff to show you. Pretty good week for Diecast. And let's go ahead and get right into it. First of all, Kday was today. I'm filming this today. You might be watching it tomorrow. I probably will try to get it published tonight. We'll see what happens. It's already kind of late. It's like 9:30 at night, whatever. Anyway, so Kday was today. Unfortunately, was not able to go, but I'm fortunate to have great friends, such as my buddy Crazy Todd and my buddy Suresh, who I mention all of the time on this channel. My local buddies picked me up a bunch of cars that I needed and enough cars to do a mail-in, so that is fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and mail in for a Gasser. And so I'm just going to show you real quick what they picked up for me. This is not all of what they picked up for me, but these are all the unique cars. I got doubles of a couple of things. But anyway, we're going to open up all this stuff. So basically at Kday, if you did not know, I also did a Kday unboxing earlier this week and showed you the cars from one particular case assortment. So there was that, but all these cars are basically F cases with the exception of like the first to market cars. And yeah, so I'll just show you real quick. We're going to actually open, per usual, we're going to open all this stuff up in the second half, so we'll look at it again. So we'll just buzz it by real quick. You got the Carbonator, which is a Kday color, the Nova, which is a Kday color, the Corvette, which is a Kday color. So that's three of the Kday colors. What was the other Kday color? And now I don't even remember what it was. And I don't think I've got it in here. I'm guessing it was, I don't remember what it was. Anyway, so there was that, and then, so if you want to know, you can check out, my previous video. But anyway, this was the regular of the Super. There were no Supers found at the Collector event that my buddy Todd and Suresh attended. But there were enough cases for everyone, so each person got their own case. They didn't have to do the 5-minute rule thing where you look through, a case for 5 minutes. Anyway, didn't have to do that, but didn't find a Super, picked me up a regular one. Also sticking with Gulf livery, we got this sweet Porsche 917 LH. This is a new casting for 2018 and a really cool one. I'm excited to get that one open. 2012 Ford Fiesta from the Chess series. Here we got Mazda Rx-7, a 32 Ford, and a Dodge Charger Drift. I believe the Charger Drift is a first to market, I think. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see here, a couple more. We got Dodge Challenger SRT, Lotus Esprit S1, and the Honda Civic Type R. So there are those three. And then these four left. I think this was a first to market. This one's like already open. Huh. Blister's not even glued. Anyway, so there's that guy. I got plenty of cards, by the way, to do mail-ins. So, I mean, even if any of you guys are looking for cards, I don't know if I should sell them or what, but I got like a gigantic stack. And by the way, just a quick little tip for mailing in for your Kday cars. In case you didn't know, you don't have to open all the cars that you bought on Kday. If you look at the rules, all it has to be is a card that even can date as back far as 2015 for this one. So if you look at the rules, all you have to do is mail card backs back. It could be from 2015 and newer. It does not have to be this case. So if you've got cards laying around that are a little bit older, you can still send those in. Just make sure they're not too old, So look at the rules again in case I'm wrong. But I looked at them before, and I believe it was 2015. So you can actually send card backs that are, 3 years old already. All right, so anyway, there's that. And then these three cars, Mercedes AMG, Custom Datsun 240Z, and a Lamborghini Huracan 620-whatever 240 620-2 Super Trofeo. Those three. All right, so those were the mainline cars that my buddies picked up for me at Kday. Thanks again, guys. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Let's talk about this for a second. This is a Tesla Roadster. Okay, this mainline car. Luckily, I had two of this one, and I had one of the mainline cars from 2008, I think was the first edition. I sold all three of them on eBay this week. Yep, for $50 plus shipping. And I'm talking about the regular car. Weirdly enough, I cracked a regular car and a Super in my last video right before I knew anything about these cars going nuts on eBay. which I don't regret. It's fine. I got my loose one listed on eBay right now because I don't really care about the loose regular car. I'm going to keep the Super. The regular is going for as much as the Super right now, and if you don't know why, it's because the SpaceX rocket launched a Tesla Roadster into space, and it had the Hot Wheel car bolted to the dashboard. Okay? Whatever. It's goofy. The thing's floating around in space. Eventually it's probably going to go through the asteroid belt or something and get smashed up. But anyway, so this car, if you have any of these main lines hanging around, I'm not talking about the Super, just the mainline car, Tesla. It's got to be red, though. It's got to be this one or the 2018 red one. They're still popping off on eBay for way more than they should be. And go ahead, sell them right now, because I'm telling you, that hype is going to go away quick. And once it's gone, you can probably recoup one of these for $1 or so. So sell them. This one actually is a buddy of mine that gave this to me to sell for him on eBay, so I'm going to list this probably tonight. And I'll sell that one for him. All right, so there's that. And the hype is already starting to die down. I think cars were going for about $80 or so to begin with, which is nuts. And then they started going down to about, I think now I've seen a couple go for like $25 or whatever. But still, it's way more than what that car is going to be worth in, probably less than a month. So anyway, so there's that. That's my speculation anyway. Last week, I did crack some mystery cars for you. And this was one of them. And yes, this is an error. A couple of people commented on the video, because I made a comment about the axle. For some reason, I thought it was supposed to have mixed wheels, but the axle was too long. Well, yeah, actually, it's the totally wrong wheels. The correct wheels are these. So, sorry, I totally muffed that. But anyway, that's it. Just wanted to show you that. And then speaking of mystery cars, my buddy Suresh came through with a bunch of the ones I needed. And hooked me up with, like, I guess the chases. Which these are coming, I believe, one per, like, inner case. This is a Corvette Grand Sport. Looks pretty cool. And I'll roll it by the camera in the second half up close. The Mazda Rx-7. Pretty cool. We'll take a look at that in the second half as well. These are also one per inner case. And then the Ford GT, I think, is one per like overall case. Like the case that they come in, I believe, has 2 inners. And this should be in one of the inners, I believe. At least that's what I think people are finding. So this is the Chase model, I guess you could call it. This is the Ford GT LM race car. And it's a pretty cool one. And so this one's the harder one to find, I guess. And Suresh hooked me up with one of these. So that is pretty awesome. Thank you very much. And then I also ended up getting a Mazda Fury. So there is that guy. Pretty goofy looking car. But I guess it's pretty cool. So we'll roll those by the camera in the second half. All right. So my one in-store find, which I posted to my Instagram, was this guy. 124 scale, limited to 500. This is a Chevy Bel Aire. Hardtop from release 59. Yeah, definitely trading this piece, and pretty much my buddy Jeremy Bolter has already laid claim to it, so it's going to end up getting traded to him. He also has another raw Auto World that I got to find a way to get my hands on, so I'm sure this is going to be a small part of that. So there's that. I'm not going to show this in the camera in the second half, so take a good look at it. It's gold. It's got gold trim. It's your classic M2 Chase style with all gold, 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 gold. Looks pretty good. Gold rims, gold bumper, all the gold trim. Does it have gold engine? Yeah, I think the motor is gold too. I don't know if it is on the regular or not, but it's not quite a shiny gold, but whatever. Anyway, so there's that. You guys know I don't collect M2 too much, and especially I don't collect 124 scales, so glad to trade it. So there's that. My buddy Suresh, going back to him, this is a Super he just found recently, and it is on a broken blister. So we get to open that guy. So we're going to open up this Batmobile. I know it's an older one. You guys have already seen it, but got to open up a Super, so we're going to open up this one. I'm going to try to open up a Super in every video, every weekly video. So there is that. Let's see here. Now, sticking with Suresh for just a second. Meyer stores got these Heritage Racing Ford GTs. there was, I think, 4 of them left on the pigs. He sent me a picture of it, and I told him to just pick me up these 2. So we're going to open up these in the second half of the video. I got one in gold and one in black. So these look pretty cool. I just saw him on Heavy Metal 164's most recent video, and he was pretty impressed with the tooling. So I'm excited to open these up and take a closer look at them. I pulled out some other 2017 GTs, Ford GTs, such as the Hot Wheels one, the Maisto one, and there's a Majorette one actually too. So we'll compare the castings. You know, that's a fun thing to do. So we're going to do that in the second segment of the video. And then, one more thing from Crazy Todd before I get into my buddy Josh. The last stuff I'll show you I got from my buddy Josh. Got this guy from him. New Racing Champions mint case. Hit one of our Walmarts. And this is 2017 release 3, so it's pretty late to be released since we're in 2018. But round 2 is definitely running behind right now. Which doesn't surprise me. And this is a Ford truck. We're going to go ahead and open this up. This looks like a pretty cool casting, so I'm kind of excited to get this one open as well. Alright, so then, lastly, stuff I got from my buddy Josh. First of all, a couple of mainline cars, Lambos, Porsches, and stuff. We're going to open these up in the second half. We got a lot of stuff to open up. This is probably going to be a long video, which these always are, aren't they? So we got a Lambo, a couple Ferraris that look pretty cool, this Audi R8, and a couple other Lambos that I didn't have, so we're going to go ahead and open those. So that'll be cool. One thing that we're not going to open, he basically REOK'd this to my son, who is a little too young to appreciate the cars just yet. I mean, he's not 2 years old yet, but he already loves Hot Wheels, like seriously loves Hot Wheels. His favorite thing to do is say, "Daddy, play cars." And we sit on the carpet all the time, and he grabs them, and he's starting to name them. Oh, man, it's pretty sweet. So he's like, El Camino, Acura, you know, it's fun. That's a blast. So it'll be cool to put this up in his room or something eventually. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, Josh, for that. And then the other pieces that he gave that we traded for, basically, because I had a pile of stuff for him, and we just kind of swapped. These 2 Mijo Exclusives. These are limited to 3,450. The Chases are limited to 150, but these are just the regulars, the Gas Monkey Garage, and you got the Volkswagen panel bus, and then the double cab. So we are going to open these up in the second half as well. And what else did he grab me? He grabbed me a Mijo Exclusive truck, so that's pretty cool. What is this thing? This is an this is a Ford F250. So a Ford F250, so we're going to open up that in the second half. He just had it, so I decided to get that from him. He had ordered a case of Black Bandits, and I think this is the only one out of that case I kind of still needed or wanted. This is the 39 Chevy panel truck, so we're going to open that up. And then lastly, he got me the Bronco I was missing. I didn't have this red one from the Racing Champions Mint release from 2016. I didn't have this one. I've got the, this might even be the A release, I'm not sure. It's either A or B, but I have the other one, so I have the C, D, whatever. The other ones that are there. There's 3 other colors that this was available in. I'm looking at them from here right now. That's why I'm peeking over there. But anyway, that's the last one I needed in red. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip the camera around per usual. We're going to open up a lot of things. So, alright, so keep her tuned. Okay, so let's get right into these Ford GTs first. So this is a 2017 Ford GT. This is the Greenlight one we're going to take a look at right away. I've already pre-opened these, of course. Something watching me cut into them. And let's pull out this one first, this black one. And I gotta say, they did get this casting right, I think. I'm not sure how great the black one's going to show up on camera. Let's see here. Looks like it's made with quite a few separate parts. So they did maintain the actual gap in the paneling or whatever, so that goes all the way through, which is not on the Hot Wheels casting, which we will take a look at in a second. Really nice. I mean, they got the little side markers there. The headlights, of course, are lensed and really look good. And I think the rear part's lensed too. These ones are kind of hard to tell because it's painted over black, it looks like. Let's go ahead and open up the other one. So let's pop open the gold one. Get that out of its packaging. And yeah, okay, so the back ones are definitely lensed. This one's kind of screwed up, but if we take a look at the back there, that taillight isn't all the way in. I'm going to see if I can try to fix that. I'm not going to do it right here on camera, but definitely these should be pushed in, I think, more. But great attempt at that. I think they did a good job. This one is an okay roller. This one's not a really good roller, but still really good casting. This black one looks great. The gold one looks pretty good too. The only thing that was kind of disappointing for me, and I don't know if these are authentic liveries on these Ford GTs. I don't know. I'm looking right now on the back of the thing to try to figure it out. So yeah, I'm not sure if it is or not, but if these are authentic liveries. They probably are. I don't know. I don't think they're that impressive though. I don't really dig the graphics on this car. I think this car is going to look pretty cool as a Black Bandit. Really, the graphics on the car was the reason why I didn't pick up a whole set, because I do like the Ford GT quite a bit, and I got it really excited when I saw they were doing the casting, but I didn't pick up the whole set, and I didn't pick up the Mijo exclusive one either. There's a Mijo exclusive one that's like the test mule car, that's all wacky, like prototype looking, colored anyways, and I didn't pick that one up either. So, but I'll probably pick up some subsequent ones. If they do a Golf one, I'll definitely pick it up. And I'll probably pick up some other ones for sure. It's just goofy that they released the tooling and then came out with 6 of them in one series. So that's kind of a weird move, but I guess it's kind of cool. So Greenlight does some weird stuff. All right, so there's the 2 Greenlight ones. Then real quick, let's take a look. This is the Mazda one. And honestly, this would be the closest one to the Greenlight in, I guess, quality. It's a little bit bigger because it's Mazdas tend to run a little bit bigger than your standard 1/64 scale. Of course, the headlights aren't lensed on this one. The taillights are not either. They're just painted on. But they still did a great job with this casting. This one has a plastic base. It does maintain the opening in the body. So that's pretty cool. Motor's not detailed or anything like it is on this. So not quite as great as the Greenlight one, of course, but this one was a lot cheaper too. So there is that. And then, of course, we got the Hot Wheels version of it. Here's the Hot Wheels casting, which Hot Wheels did good with what they got. This, of course, is the Replica Entertainment version. So it's got the metal base and metal body. The way they had to do the tooling for this casting, it does not have the actual opening in the body. It's just simulated, I guess. And, of course, no lens details or anything like that. But this does have painted details as well. So there's that. And this one's actually quite a bit, almost the exact same size as the Mazda one. Mazda's still a little bit bigger. So there's that. And then this one is the Majorette one, which is definitely runs a bit small. Did they put a scale on this one in the back? They said it's 1/63 scale, actually, which is interesting. So I don't know if this is true 1/64 scale or not, or if these cars are actually bigger than what it's supposed to be for 1/64. I'm not really sure. And Greenlight doesn't technically claim to be true 1/64 scale, so I am not entirely sure. I guess we look at numbers here, right? This is 1,280. But anyway, here's the Majorette one. So the Majorette one's not bad. It looks pretty good. You got details on the rear. You got lens detail in the front, which looks alright. Yeah, it's not bad, actually. It just looks a little bit small. This one actually has side mirrors, too, which is something that, well, the Mazda has side mirrors as well, but neither of these two do. And not like they really need to. I'm glad that Greenlight didn't put side mirrors on them, because I'm sure they'd be fragile and they would break off easy. Alright, so there's 5 minutes of Ford GTs for you. And next up, let's get to opening up some other stuff. We got the Gas Monkey Volkswagen Type 2 Crew Cab pickup. I'll go ahead and pull these out quickly. As you know, this is a never-ending collection to try to collect all these Volkswagen panel buses, Type 2 buses, like there's the Samba bus and this double cab. So never ending to try to get all the variations of this casting, especially if you want to try to get all the green machines, which I'm definitely not after all of the green machines. It's nice to get a few in the collection, but so I'm not like aggressively after them or anything. But the regular versions I definitely kind of want. Most of them anyway. But I don't really aggressively go after them either. It's just, you know, when I see them, I pick them up, and when they're easily available to me, I definitely grab them. So this is pretty cool. Thank you very much, Josh, for hooking me up with these two pieces. I think they look pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and move on from that. Sticking with Greenlight for just one more casting. Here's that panel truck. This is from Black Bandit, Series 18. I'll go ahead and open that up. This is number 3346. Oh, I didn't look at the Gas Monkey ones. 3040, 2988. So nothing too low. And I think they did a good job with this whole truck. This will probably be the only one I ever pick up, will be the Black Bandit one. This is an awful roller. Doesn't roll at all. The back tire sticks completely. I don't know if that's something I can fix, but we're not going to spend time on it here. This has been shown already on Heavy Metal 164's channel and all that, so we're not going to get into detail of it, but it is a pretty cool casting and a really cool Black Bandit. The Black Bandit cars are neat. I just wish they would get away from actually putting Black Bandit, like writing Black Bandit on the car. I mean, Black Bandit delivery service is alright, but having that BB and that logo all over the place, I really don't care for. So there's that. And here's this, now going to Johnny Lightning for just a second. This is a 59 Ford F250. This is a Mijo exclusive. It's one of 1,800. This is version B, so I guess there's a version A. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, right off the bat I noticed that this goes down. This is the only one of this casting I have in my collection. I know these came out in the Gone Fishing series, I believe. This truck came out. Really cool. It's got an opening hood. Tailgate opens. It's got the hitch on it. Just a really nice diecast. It's got a good weight to it. The tires, I mean, you can tell immediately a Johnny Lightning compared to a Greenlight when it comes to the tires. The tires are definitely like a soft rubber, so when you roll it, it doesn't make as much noise. When you're rolling this, like, basically these are almost plastic, is what you would consider Greenlight tires. They're not a soft rubber at all. They're almost like a hard plastic. But painted details on this one, but very detailed nonetheless. So it's pretty cool. It's got Ford logo on the back. Pretty nice looking black truck. I like it. All right, so sticking with the black truck and sticking with Ford, here's a Ford F100 from Racing Champions Mint. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This one, I think, yeah, I don't think this was a Johnny Lightning, or was a Johnny Lightning tool or anything. I know Racing Champions and Johnny Lightning sometimes have shared tools in the past. I'm just checking the bottom of this one. This is a Johnny Lightning, it says on the bottom. This is a really cool casting, actually. I'm actually really glad I picked this up. I wasn't too excited about it, but I think it's pretty cool. But sticking with black trucks, here's the F100 Ford from Racing Champions. Racing Champions is kind of interesting. They're kind of, and this one does not have an opening hatch, does have an opening hood. Racing Champions castings are somewhat interesting. They are kind of almost a mix between like your Johnny Lightning or whatever, Greenlight, and an M2, where they do have like extra pieces. It's like the bumper's an extra plastic piece, the grill's an extra plastic piece. This back bumper is actually part of the base, but they occasionally will have some extra pieces in there. And they're really hit or miss, though, on their castings. There's a Firebird in this release that I actually didn't have my buddy Todd pick up for me because it just, I don't know, something looks off about it. So I'm sure eventually if I see it, I'll probably grab one, but did not pick it up. So there is that. I think this is a really nice truck as well. I think it looks great. So there's that. And alright, so all we got left then is Hot Wheels. So let's start by cracking some Lambos real quick. This is the LP 560-4. Why am I having trouble cracking? Sorry. We're just going to set a couple out here. That one is from 2009, I believe, or 2010. Here's a Lamborghini Gallardo LP 570-4 in green. That one is from 2011. And let's see, you got one more Lambo. This is an LP750-4 as well, so this is the same casting as the one we just looked at there, or we are looking at right now. And this one is from 2012. So there's the 3 Lambos. And looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah, dig them. Nothing too special about these, but I do collect Lamborghini Hot Wheels, so I had to have them. And pretty cool to get these older ones that I just didn't have in my collection. So thanks again, Josh, for hooking me up with these. I really do appreciate it. So there's the Lamborghinis you hooked me up with. We'll move those aside. And then these next 2 are Ferraris, same casting. This is the F430 Challenge Hot Wheels Racing 2010. So these are both from 2010, and they're just alternate color variations. You got, of course, your mustard and your ketchup. Alright, this casting is great. This casting is awesome. The reason why I really like this casting, because it's one of the first ones or so that I put headlights in that looked really good, where I used a lensed car that had lens detail for headlights. And now I'm looking up here to see if I still have this up here easily accessible, and I do, so we're going to take a quick look at it. It was this custom right here. So this is a custom I made of this casting. It does not roll very well. These tires don't really fit it very well. But it has, you know, the batteries are still good in there. It has headlights. So I put headlights in this car, and I entered it into, I think I entered it into a competition. I think it was that Superfly, whatever. It was an Instagram thing. And I entered it in. I did not win. I did not make any, I didn't even make the top 10 or anything. Tons of people entered it, but I thought I did a pretty good job on this. I detailed out the interior pretty good. Just kind of no holds barred on it. Took some good pictures of it in the dark and in the light, and I think it looked pretty good. I painted everything, so I masked off those stripes and all that. But so if you haven't seen this before, this is that my entry into that. I think I did a pretty good job detailing the back too. The tires or whatever, I couldn't get to fit very well. But so that's one thing I would have redone. But interestingly enough, though, this whole interior piece with the headlights is actually removable from this. So I could drill this car apart, leave it as is, and just swap the interior and stuff over into this, and then this would have headlights on it, and this would roll actually just like a regular car, just like it does now. I would not have to remove the wheels. So there is that. So pretty cool little pair of Ferraris there. And then lastly, the stuff from Josh. We have this Audi R8. Go ahead and open up that. This is a 2008 new model in black. And this one looks great. Hot Wheels did a good job with this one. Just the detail where you want it. Taillights, headlights. Looks pretty good. And the blue windshield, I could probably do without blue in the windshield. It'd be better if it was clear, but good example. So there is that guy. Alright, so next up, let's take a quick look at the cool mystery models. So we'll start with our 3 chases, I guess you could call them. Chase-ish pieces. So there that is. So this one, the Ford GT, is going to be the harder one to find, I suppose. So there is that guy. Pretty cool. And then here's the Mazda Rx-7, which this one probably will actually be the hardest one to find, because a lot of people are going to be picking this one up. You know, Japanese cars are hot, so of course a Mazda is going to get scooped up. This one will probably be your easiest one out of the 3 to find, the Corvette Grand Sport. Still kind of a cool model, even though the color, it has an orange, of like a fluorescent orange window part and an orange base. I think it still looks pretty good. So pretty cool. So there is those 3. And then, of course, just a quick look at the 2 cars. This was an error. This is the correct wheels. So just recapping that. And then the Mazda Furai. Just a wild-looking car. But one thing I do like about the mystery models, this time around, they actually put a lot of licensed models in there, so it gave something for collectors to go after, you know, besides a plasticky gold Batmobile, which is the last one. So I do like that they did that. That's cool. Alright, so Let's see here. One more quick thing before we get to the new mainline cars that were picked up at Kday. Let's open up this Batmobile. Let's free the piece. Batmobile Super. And there it is. You guys have seen this before. We don't need to get into detail, but it's a pretty cool looking Super. I did have one of these carded and I traded it away. And I got it back loose. So, pretty awesome. Thank you, Suresh, for hooking me up with that. And then let's get into some mainline cars. Alright, so let's start with our Golf ones. We got this Indy 500 Oval. So again, this would be the Super if you were to find it with rubber tires, and the rims were orange on the Super. And then this is the new Porsche 917 LH. Very cool casting. This is really cool, this racing Porsche. Would love to see a premium version of this car. Would really dig seeing a premium version of this car. It's just a really cool casting. And they had lens detail in the front, so might try to put some headlights in this at some time. I think that would look pretty awesome. And both of them are Golf licensed. And it looks fantastic. So the cool thing about this one and the Super of that, I think that's the first Golf livery Super treasure hunt that's out there. So that's probably going to make this one actually collectible, even though it's, you know, kind of a fantasy casting, I guess you could call it. But really neat nonetheless. So there's those. And let's see here. And then we got this one, the Greddy G-Ready. So there's that guy. And then the other Z casting, this Custom 240Z. So this is the Fair Lady. This is the Custom 240Z. These castings are pretty close. Not quite the same thing at all, but pretty close. This was the Faguzzi or whatever. So there's that. Looking pretty good in its alternate red color. We've already seen this in a blue with about the same livery. So there's that. I definitely prefer this casting over this one. I like it better. I don't know why exactly. I just don't like the nose on this one, I think, is why. So there is that. And then we got, let's see, a Lambo. Lamborghini Huracan LP620-2 Super Trofeo. There's that guy. Looking pretty good. Lamborghini. Did a good job on this casting. I dig it. And let's see, 2012 Ford Fiesta. Now we're going to start kind of blowing through these. Pretty cool. That's a pawn. So I don't know if they're doing all the chess pieces. I imagine they were. There's 9. So yeah, I'm guessing they're doing all of them. So I guess if you collect enough of these, you could actually make a chessboard. So they should do alternate colors, probably black and white, I would assume. So you could actually put together a full chessboard of Hot Wheels. Not that you'd want to play chess with Hot Wheels necessarily, because I think they would kind of roll all over the place, and that could maybe get annoying, but chess can be fun, I guess. I do know how to play it. So here is 95 Mazda Rx-7. Like this one a lot. Love when they use this color green. I think this color green is fantastic, and I think they did a great job on it. Even with the gold wheels, I think it looks pretty good. So there's that one, and then we got the Honda Civic Type R. Yeah. Could take it or leave it with this livery, to be honest, but it does look pretty good. Front tampos actually look really good. Nothing on the rear on this one because they got all the side stuff, those crazy graphics, and it looks all right. So there's that. Lotus Esprit, pretty basic model. All we've seen this one in is basic stuff. I don't think there's been one out with crazy graphics, which is totally fine. They've just been releasing it in different colors with the same tampo scheme, which is just a line on the side and then rear detail, which is totally fine. That's probably what they should stick to doing. I don't know if that's a licensing agreement or whatever, that they can't release it with crazy graphics. I have no idea, but I think it looks pretty good. Orange. In orange, it's not really the best color for it, but whatever. So there's that. And then we got the Dodge Challenger SRT 2015. Open up that guy in yellow. Seen a bunch of these already since they've been out, so nothing too exciting. And then we got the Mercedes AMG GT in black. Looks pretty good. Black with blue windshield. It's kind of a sparkly black too. I think it looks pretty good though. Did a pretty good job. We got rear detail, we got front detail. Detail where you want it. So always a fan of it when it's like that. 32 Ford. This one is okay. Kind of a cool casting. I'd like to do a custom with one of these, like a rusty one. Rat rod. I'm sure plenty of people have done it, but whatever. It seems like a cool one to do. And then Dodge Charger Drift. Really not that excited about this one. This one's like the Dodge Charger Pursuit casting, I think. It's not the I think maybe it was a Dodge Challenger Drift it was. I don't remember. There's another Drift one. This one's got the light bar on top. It's alright. And then we got the 3 Kday colors I have for sure here. The Carbonator. You guys have all seen the Carbonator before, right? Yes, this does actually open up a bottle. So, there you go. Bottle opener. Nice cheap bottle opener, $1. Alright, and there's that. And then a Corvette C7 Z06. Open up this one. Looks pretty good in silver. And lastly, we got the 68 Chevy Nova. And there's that guy. Pretty sweet. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. This is definitely going to be a long one. I apologize about that. I'm not really that sorry about it. Whatever. If you stuck around to the end, thank you again very, very much. Thank you for subbing the channel. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that great stuff. Just great to do these videos. I have fun every week doing them. And hopefully I'll have some cool stuff to show you next week. So that's going to be it for this vid, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.